On the movies, you had a Biff in the past and a Biff in the future. But where was Marty's Biff? Huh? And because he had a grandpa. So where was Marty's Biff in the generation?
Ask and answer. One more time. Say it one more time slowly.
When Marty was in school, he didn't have a Biff, right? Because he had a Biff in the past for his father, and he had a Biff in the future for his son. Where was Marty's Biff?
Where was Marty's Biff?
The second generation.
I'd say Needles. Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost got him to lose his hand. It's all weird, man.
I just wanted to ask a question to Christopher Lloyd. First of all, with the statement, I love both characters, Reverend Jim and Doc Brown. I could watch them endlessly. Two-part question. The first one, when you were working on the Back to the Future movie, how much control did you have over input to the character? Like, was there a lot of improvisation, a lot of elements that you brought to the character that were not on the written page? And also, what was it like to film the two movies back to back?
I don't remember improvising dialogue very much. It was pretty much exactly as written. And Doc Brown had so many convoluted speeches of a space-time continuum and this and that. I could never have made that up. And so it stuck. Maybe there was an instance here and there where a lot, but it was pretty much as Bob Gale wrote it. And amazes me when you watch interviews with politicians and people who get 3 or 4 part questions and then remember each one. What was that? Well, we did Back to the Future 1, and it was about a 2-year interval before we did 2 and 3 together. I think we had about a 3-week break between them. And it was good. I mean, it was focused, you stayed in character and all that, and I don't know that they intended to make 2 and 3. Never mind. No, because they had a very thick script for number 2, and I think there was some uncertainty about how they were going to get all that in, and so they decided to make 3. I mean, before we started to, so they did 2 and 3. But I liked it that way. It was a long time between 1 and 2, so it was nice to do them both, just keep focused on it.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. In October of 2010, Back to the Future celebrated 25 years, so congratulations on that. Excellent party on the east side of Manhattan to celebrate. I hope you guys had a good time. My question is this. Being part of a franchise that still has power after now 26 years, do you find that you're more grateful to be part of something that's so culturally strong? Or do you find yourself more challenged to get your other roles noticed?
Do we find ourselves grateful for the fact that it's been such a success? Well, absolutely. And what was the next part of that question?
Or do you prefer the stuff that you're doing now to it? In other words, this was a great success, but do you rather be known for the stuff that you're doing now than the one-time thing?
As long as we're known.
I think it's incredible that it's gone on this 26 years. I meet parents who have children, and the parents saw the film when they were children, and now their children are seeing it, and it just keeps rolling along, and it doesn't seem to be losing much momentum. It's great to be, and I know from people that come up to me from time to time that it's a film they say with all sincerity changed their lives. And so it's an incredible thing to be part of something that's meant a lot to a lot of people. You know, so it's wonderful. And I get scripts now and then, and it's like a spin-off of Doc Brown, and sometimes it's okay, and sometimes I don't want to do the same thing, but I'm not regretful at all about Back to the Future's continuing success. You know, I love I love the other stuff I'm doing, and I don't feel any conflict.
If I could add something to that, myself, I'm an actor in the theater, and I can't tell you how many plays, about 30 years acting in theater in New York, and I don't know if anybody will ever remember any of the plays I did, but these movies they just go on in perpetuation.
You guys ever get to work with any of the cast and any of your other works that you're doing now? Do you ever get to get back with anybody?
Well, Michael J. Fox directed me in Tales of the Crypt, which was great fun. And other than that, I haven't worked with any other cast members, except I'm very pleased to be with Christopher Lloyd at any time.
I've worked a few times with Leah Thompson, who you all noticed doesn't seem to be here this morning. We'll see about that. But she will be here tomorrow, I understand. I mean, she's here, but she's not here. But I don't know, other than that. I've worked with Bob Zemeckis in another, some horror thing. Head of the class.
Yeah, that sure definitely was a horror.
Which one of the 3 movies was your personal favorite to be involved in, and can you explain why?
Well, I think the first one, because it was the most exciting, and nobody thought it was going to be, particularly thought that it was going to be such a big movie, such a big hit 25 years later. And so I think the first would be my favorite.
I like the third the best. There was horseback riding. It was the last horseback riding, and working on that steam engine, which I don't suppose many of you have had an opportunity to do that, but it's a real kick. It's an amazing apparatus, and being on it and working on it is great. The horseback riding, and I had a romance. Those of you who have followed my career know there's damn few of those. I'm grateful for that.
I actually worked for a place where I had to learn how to ride a horse, and I really was unsuccessful at it. 9-foot Frisian horse, and it's very comical. Did you do horses before this? Have you ever ridden?
I've ridden enough so I felt comfortable with it. I remember there was a time when Doc was chasing the train. He's chasing the train and sort of galloping alongside of it, and he reaches over and pulls himself onto the train. That part I was not permitted to do. But the stuntman did it, and but I was, on one take, I was racing along, and I was within arm's reach of that handle on the train, and I so wanted to go for it. If it didn't work out, it would have been kind of calamitous. So.
How about you?
Well, in my case, it just so happens my father and my grandfather were both in the horse business, so I grew up with horses. So I'm familiar. I'm comfortable being around horses, and I know how to handle horses. So that was no problem.